Alrighty then, gamers. Fate smiles upon us on this fine Sunday evening. We moved from 4 matchups on the card on a short notice. We got a couple of switcherinos, got a couple of players extra, and we made it up to more comfortable 6 matchup card for your viewing pleasure tonight. I say comfortable, I was almost like, whew, damn, I get to chill tonight. Only 4 matchups to cast. That's a breeze. Nah, no rest for the wicked. Alright, but it is Sunday evening, as said in the Eurolands, and we're getting ready to rock the Guilty and the Gear alike. You are, of course, now watching Bounty Hunters, a weekly 1st to 7 show match event for all skill levels and regions. And the name of the game, of course, is Guilty Gear Strive, good old Arx's anime Air Dasher. I'm your usual host, QK, for the next couple of hours through these 6 exciting matches. And what matches indeed? Perhaps we should take a look at what's in store for tonight, because we only have around, looks at the clock, 5 minutes till go time. Yeah, it's we're starting pretty damn strong tonight, since, you know, the first match looming there at the top of the card, Rygand versus Precho. I was actually surprised when I looked at my score card data to notice that Precho, I was pretty sure that Precho was featured on Bounty Hunters at least once before. Maybe it was like a match that was initially supposed to be planned at one point but got cancelled. But of course, Precho, probably better known in the community for her performance on Goat Lewis, is going to be rocking Kai tonight. Was hoping to, you know, meet a strong and formidable opponent on the screen, and you know, we shall deliver. It is one of our finest, Rygand tonight, facing perhaps the unknown, which is the Precho Kai factor. Should be pretty exciting. Kai, cool character, the fundamentals man, if you will. Let's see, for the second matchup slot, we were supposed to have Jin versus Radoon initially. Jetstream Mark, also known better for their Nago gaming in the community, is going to be rocking Chip tonight to sort of make the playing field a little more even between the players. Also, when it comes to last-minute switcherinos, we also got Epic Gamer and CyberneticAnt jumping in just before we finalized our roster, so that's cool. We're not going to be having matchup cards for the number 2 and 6 slots, unfortunately. For those were very, very last-minute additions. So apologies for that. For the rest, 4 of the cards is going to be represented. In the number 3 slot, we got Dr. Sweg once again. Sweg has had a couple of games in a row. Let me bring out my data. Yeah, it's been 3 straight weeks for Sweg. That's pretty formidable streak if I've ever seen one. Previously, last week was rocking Happy Chaos. Tonight, gonna run it back with Bike and Potemkin, the other P character. Yeah, lots of success so far for Sweg. Gonna be facing Ketna, who has also been featured quite a bit as of recent. Oh wait, only once? I could have sworn I've casted at least 2 games of Ketna so far, but well, I guess this will be the second time. And Ketna did, you know, make a debut on Bounty Hunters last week. Extremely strong performance on that Testament, and you know how much QK loves Testament, so can't hardly wait for that. On the 4th slot, Vlink and Zat. as well as then on the 5th one, Maria. Maria and Sweg had that face-off last week where Maria was playing Zato. Once again, back on Nago tonight. I'm gonna be facing perhaps the second most potent Got player in Finland, going against KS. I guess Solid being the de facto strongest Finnish Got player, very strong opponent on the European level of play. But this is the other one that we got, KS, one of player we haven't necessarily seen for the past half a year too much, but before that, absolute regular of bounty hunters. There have been so many games cast of this guy. Looking forward to that one as well. But since we are getting close to the go time, let's cut the chatter for now. Let players Rygand and Precho know we are indeed gamering here. One to 24 versus Solid. Yeah, I mean, it's extremely relatable. I've had a pretty long set against Solid recently as well. I can definitely say that the new God Lewis with a couple of nice quality of life buffs, plus the improvements on White Wild Assault, go well together extremely nicely. If you're a God Lewis player, that is. I think this patch favors, like, this iteration of God Lewis is interesting to say the least. I think the biggest downside, the biggest problems that God Lewis used to face are somewhat mended by the extremely potent, the extreme potency of White Wild Assault this patch. So it doesn't struggle necessarily as much versus zoners. Evident, because some of the matchup that used to be extremely bad, such as like Testament, is now, like, they say it is God Lewis' favorite. So, But this matchup, so Rygand versus Precho, Kai versus May. I think historically, I go always back to my historical knowledge from the Plus R and Exert days. Matchup has been pretty okay-ish for Kai for a very long time. A lot of May matchups tend to revolve around the fact or the question, how well does a particular character or a player control the air movement of May's? May has been very, known to have those air shenanigans, extremely strong air to ground, air to air. If you can't control her movement, if you can't control the jump-ins, if you can't challenge the jump-ins, what's the word I'm looking for? Not convincingly, consistently, that's the one. It's often pretty difficult matchup in no matter what the Guilty Gear game we're talking about. And Kai generally has always been that, basic character who has everything that you would expect from a Shoto. That includes strong anti-airs as well. All right, we have players stepping up to the pedestal. And I guess it's best one for the first this time around. Due to scheduling, we're gonna be playing perhaps the highest skill level matchup first. Welcome to Bounty Hunters number 130. It's gonna be super high level gameplay right from the get-go, and already got that cool combo going there, Precho, but dropped it initially. Rygand using Red White Assault to get a little bit of real estate, pushing himself out of the corner. But now, all of these characters have decent. Oh, nice 5B there! Reaction to the flip kick. Of course, it's a very, very common strategy for Kai. Once the electricity is applied, if you can manage to slip in a flip kick, it's plus frames galore, which does require a fast reaction from your opponent and choosing the right button as well. Neutral trade here. There we go. The instant air dashes that we were talking about, the air options are going to be very prevalent, and Rygand able to use those air options very, very in lots of different kinds of ways, as is evidence here. Not just for mix-ups or just straight up neutral skips, but moving around, playing neutral with. That is one of the trademarks of Rygand. Wow, just took a couple of steps back and then unleashes the 5 heavy into a big counter hit. Had to use all these resources here, but you know what they say, you need to spend money to make money, and a lot of money coming in here for Rygand. Already almost 100 meter, spending one of it. Yeah, Precho probably knew that that was gonna take her out if she doesn't burst right there. But now Rygand is gonna be enough with the Dolphin. First one taken by Mr. Momentum himself. Rygand always ready to play, always ready to go, and the more you let Rygand's engine get started, the worse it's gonna get. Definitely one of those players who, when they are feeling it, they are riding the waves of success. Throw is the starter of this pressure. Ooh, collides with the beach ball, collides with the beach ball again. Third time's his charm. Oh, a little bit better this time, but still the trade perhaps not in Precho's favor. The heavy fireball takes care of the beach ball this time. Even through this life disadvantage, Precho does have the momentum, finding a really good hit there. If the wall didn't give out too early there, that would have actually been a round-ending combo. It is slightly unfortunate. Precho really wanted to have either 50 meter or 50 burst there to keep the momentum going with the hard knockdown, but sometimes it just doesn't work as it works in movies. Big close slash counter hit, or anti-air rather, taking 60% of Rygand's life, or rather 50. Oh wow, that was very interesting. Rygand missed the... I wonder if he missed the Gatling on purpose there and baited the DP out. However, here from a stun dipper, RC, we're once again gonna get the wall break, but this time Precho does have the 50 burst saved up. And this is much better than previously. Rygand does manage to break out though, and now using all the resources that he has available, potentially keep Precho standing still. Rygand is gonna save the burst, looks like, to the next round, which is, of course, the safer bet. Landing right in front of Precho. Those air moving stalling situations are sometimes very difficult to judge in terms of how you're gonna deal with them. Are you gonna wait for a grounded anti-air? Oh, here comes Rygand. Oh my goodness, that's so much momentum going in from the Red Wild Assault, so the burst ended up completely missing. And Precho, wow, was almost letting the round slip through her fingers, but still manages to procure it. But the price is heavy, had to spend burst for it. So now gonna start this last round without any burst resources, whereas Rygand will have quite a bit of keys ready to go. But all of that could change on a moment's notice if you get the wall break. And is that gonna come for Precho quite here? We'll cut the backdash with a close slash, and that's gonna be a recipe for a lot of damage. Of course, the whale is gonna hit high up on the wall. Hard knockdown. Precho has 50-50, 50 burst, 50 meter. Ah, but Rygand finds the Abare 5 BP. Good conversion. Was much more of a chess match than the first match. But Precho still looking for the first game during these opening data collecting sets of or data collecting matches of the set. As usual, the format, the FT7, tends to be much different compared to just basic FT3 double elimination bracket action. There's way more time for you to adjust to your opponent's stuff. And Precho making a very big face shift here, or rather, should we say, momentum. Whoa, where does that hit from? Rygand peeking over the shoulder with that massive anchor. Looks like it was crossing up, but who knows? Here we go. A little bit too much momentum there for Precho. Probably didn't want that side switch that ultimately ended up happening. Good timing there. He's gonna vacuum Rygand in the corner. Big counter hit, but no conversion. Still anybody staying? Kane? Rygand does have the advantage here. Goes in with the Dolphin cancel, and they're waiting for her turn. Finally finds the position to DP and saves the round. Uh-oh, but that's the every May player's wet dream to start the round. Counter hit 5 heavy, 50% gone, as well as a tension bonus. Rygand is going to be building so much here. Again, enable it. Precho probably will hold on to her burst here. Ooh, went for a little bit of a bluff there, but Rygand was kind of ready. I think the better response, or like the optimal response to that bluff, when, you know, Kai checks your reaction speed and takes out the heavy fireball, is to just swing at him. But, you know, it's not too bad either to sort of jump and get out of there and travel towards the mid screen. But we're definitely not traveling anywhere but stay in the corner. Rygand getting the soft knockdown here. Lots of life advantage. Takes a little bit of a more defensive posture here, waiting for that tension bonus kicking in. Nice anti-air DP, big 6 heavy. That's gonna be a massive wall bounce. And once again, using the burst meter to get the hard knockdown. Rygand is so full on resources though. All the defensive mechanics are available, but which one is Rygand gonna go for? Oh my god! The Abore RTL is gonna take Rygand through the wall with literally 1 hit point left to spare. Gold burst. Probably a pretty good idea. If you don't use it here, when are you going to add the elbow of the king? Look at that, from what angle? Kinda similar to the angle that Rygand crossed up with the jump slash earlier in the right corner. But you know, King has the anti-airs, like we were talking about, lots of different ones. Of course, the 6P is gonna be very universally strong between many characters in Guilty Gear Strive. But also, you know, buttons such as 2 heavy, perhaps 5B, that would yield way better rewards if you manage to use those. Yeah, speaking of the devil, reaching in with the 2 heavy. Usually you would love to have a counter hit for that if you're gonna go for a bigger conversion, I think. And of course, never forget DP. Precho has in fact used the DP multiple times now successfully as an anti-air tool. Presenting the option, heavy fireball, very slow moving, can advance behind it. When it's coming at Rygand, the question is, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna get over this? Are you gonna try to jump? Because I'm gonna be ready to anti-air most of the time as well. Double jump into a smooth, nice, switches sides. Here comes the hop. Nice, and the whiff punish. Rygand with the fundies. Waiting for the whiff from Precho and then ready to go for a big, decisive whiff punish. Soft knockdown from that 3K. Electricity is on board. Yeah, try to cash in with the plus frames, but again, Rygand is just completely ready. Ooh, what is this? I'm not sure what that was, but I got mixed up as well. And now Precho has basically oh, nice, goes under. Precho tries to go for the same kind of maneuver, but the 2 trades here on a different day, that would have probably been a very nice trade for Precho, but because Rygand had the absolute dominance in terms of hit points, or rather Precho just didn't have any HP resources to spend anymore, ended up being not the most optimal of trades. kind of a situation that you are expecting to happen a lot in this matchup. 2K, oh, but hold that thought! We got a big counter in anti-air. Yeah, Precho probably knew that there was gonna be way more damage and potentially threats to get broken through the wall if the burst doesn't come through. This time Rygand a little late on checking the flip kick. And the backwards jump heavy. Not the greatest jump in button, but it's a very great button for Kai, the jump heavy for defending your airspace. Has pretty decent horizontal reach, so it's kind of hard to approach. Nice, got the stun dipper conversion. Let's see if Rygand wants to still play for this round. The answer is yes, we are gonna play, especially since we have that 50 meter ready to go. Rygand uses it for a mix-up, and then the jump D catches Precho above him. Not just a movement tool, but this time as a potent air-to-air tool as well, accessing an angle that, you know, not every character in the game can, you know, access from that distance. And the People's Elbow coming in again. A little bit of a... There we go. Finally managed to make the flip kick sink in. And pushing Rygand towards the corner. Checking what Rygand wants to do. Oh, no, Rygand with a small micro dash, I think, ended up making Precho cross up. Up on a reversal. RTL should be good and still gets the combo. Beautiful. As the Kiske family specialty. No matter where you are on the screen, the chances are that when RTL hits, you're probably gonna gain access to a wall break. Man, Rygand again with these massive round starters. And kind of the reason why it's especially these high-level players, especially players like Rygand, who end up scoring lots of... Oh, Rygand had the close slash juggle. I think historically as juggle, that's not very easy to burst against on... oh goodness, how many points did I just put on Rygand? It's it should be 4, right? I'm getting double and triple clicks. 4-1, right? I'm pretty sure it's 4-1. Was it 5-1 already? Where was I? I was about to make some sort of important point. Well, we're gonna get to that. Oh yeah, it's because, you know, especially these high-level Meis that tend to be scoring that massive Mei damage all the time. It's kind of the ability to choose, ability to sort of weigh the risk rewards. When you're swinging, swing with the big buttons and maximize the amount of opportunities that you have to deal that massive damage as well. And since Rygand loves that 5 heavy, you obviously are gonna see a lot of big Rygand 5 heavy combos as well. Yeah, again! The lovely features of being a Red Wild Assault user. Rygand using that Wild Assault to its, basically to its full extent. Once again, immediately gonna hit in the corner, use the Wild Assault that basically forcefully pushes the opponent away towards the mid-screen. There we go, find the conversion again. This shouldn't kill. Rygand is still lacking the critical 50 meter. We'll get the hard knockdown nonetheless. However, now Precho with a massive amount of meter, backdash, but nothing to back it up. And now without any burst resources, that 100 meter is gonna slip and slide through her fingers. Nice IP. That was, I think that was that a true punish? That, how minus is actually Dolphin nowadays? Anyway. Heavy fireball. Oh my goodness! What a switcherino! Was faking the overhead, then forward drift RC into a low instead, as that wasn't too heavy. That was a big starter. Rygand finding a decently large starter for themselves as well, although that was a Red Wild Assault combo, so slightly prorated. Did Rygand hit it? Yes, it did. And now Precho closing in. 2 points versus Rygand's 4. It feels game by game, Precho is starting to gain her footing, starting to get slightly more hang of how Rygand loves to run things. There is, of course, very limited amount of games available anymore, or rather, should we say, limited amount of mistakes that Precho can make. Can only allow Rygand to take 3 matches. Basically a situation that where anything can happen still. Yeah, the electricity, oh, and Rygand gets a very nice angle on the jump in once again, crossing up and getting the wall break once again. That's why you gotta be super, super careful with Mei and her jump-ins. The air is once again the escape route for Rygand. Get the jump out, double jump, jump D, and then into pressure. In that sense, if you sort of rush too much against Mei when you have the corner pressure, and she does get that, ooh, nice 5k. And if she does get that jump off, it can be hard to chase her. You would much rather be at like a couple, 3, maybe 4 character lengths away if you can afford it. Of course, that will not give you the close range pressure, but if that jump in or jump out comes out, you're gonna have way more options, way more space to sort of line up your air-to-airs or air throws or whatever your option of choice is against Mei trying to escape the corner. Now Precho is very loaded on that meter, but again, RC's potential here doesn't even need it. Still got Rygand on the recovery of the backdash, I reckon. Whoa, from what direction? I think that was Kai facing towards the left while Rygand already had crossed up, but hey, we take those. You're not the only one with the strong air-to-air buttons. But Rygand finding the 5th one here. In that sense, you know, the more I think about it, the similarities, especially in Guilty Gear Strive, between like Kai and Mei or other very standard-ish characters, there are definitely certain similarities between all of these.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, this time being very careful not to land on Rygand's 5 heavy once again. Ooh, just barely avoiding it. Rygand swinging, and here's the whiff punish. That's exactly, I think, what Precho was working towards throughout basically the whole set. That big whiff punish is, you know, that's the only sort of big disadvantage of swinging those heavy starters, such as 5 heavy for Mei. They are not free indeed, even though the recover is rather fast for the kind of button it is. If you're a character like Kai, you should have, you know, buttons such as Far Slash or the 6 heavy that Precho used there for that combo, ready to be unleashed on a moment's notice. Found the knees there. Once again, 5k. Such a nice button for Kai Kisk. Can even perform it as a safe media against certain reversals because it's fast recovery. Like a heavy fireball. Not discouraging Rygand. Oh, there we go. Exactly. These are the spacings, the decisions that I was literally talking about a second ago. And Precho is starting to get hang of it all. But we need multiple. Oh, nice! 5B against the dash cancel. That was probably a true punish, actually. Can't react to that, I think, but like it does have 50 meter here. This will be very close, if not it should be a kill, right? With the combined damage of the super as well as the extra coming in from the wall break. It's gonna move the fighters onto the last round again, both with relatively full burst bar. Precho doubling it up, resetting the pressure with the use of 50 burst. I can manage to sneak out again, and immediately White Assault going through, finds the DP, tries to get on the other side, but I think the juggle distance just didn't allow it this time. Rygand was bouncing too low towards the ground. Nice! Landing right in front of Precho's. Trades are gonna be definitely in Precho's favor here with this life disadvantage, or advantage should we say. Alright, Rygand choosing to spend the 50 burst here, and he's gonna be having the... Ooh, nice! The IBFD completely pushes Rygand away from that mix-up position. That might have been what makes or break this round, unless... Is that gonna be enough? The wall is lasting for a long time. Precho lives with just a little bit of life to spare. YRC is baited by Rygand. Probably was looking at Precho's resources, and that was honestly the most likely, most potent reversal option coming out in that situation. Unless, of course, Precho did have an option to try to attempt that IBFD once again. But you know, it's the timing. The timing is really tough. So if you wanna sort of gamble with an option that you know you are going to hit, then YRC was probably the tool to come out in that situation. Rygand was ready to read. Oh my goodness! Dirty air shenanigans paying off for Rygand here. But I don't wake up 5B, 5B. Ooh, nice! This time, it's so lovely to see, you know, Precho with this perfect kinds of spacings, the way to call out Rygand, trying to prevent the throws from happening, because of course you are a primary. Oh no! Precho got a very nice timing on the burst here. Light shining at the end of the dark tunnel. Rygand is gonna be taking over half of your life. Oh, hello! Rare footage of Rygand dropping that combo. And now Precho is in a really nice position here. Throw. We got Wild Assault ready to go as well. Here we go. Able to get enough 2Ps to convince Rygand to press a button. Bar Slash gets there in time. Rygand at the very last moment able to get that burst out. Nice! Switches slides under the beach ball, but the deed is not done yet. The dash cancel, however, is stopped by Precho's 2P. And it's gonna still be a rocky road to travel if we wanna get to the 7 points for Precho before Rygand gets there. But like I've said earlier, I'm starting to believe every single round looks better. Every single round Precho has better angles, better predictions, more data. It's like Precho definitely appears to be the kind of player, or at least it feels to me, is the kind of player who, once she sees enough of your habits, probably has pretty, you know, pattern recognition machine in that brain and able to adjust to it. And another really nice IBFD, preventing Rygand getting, oh, but the whiff punish on the stun dipper. Both players showing some really high level good stuff. Here we go with the hop. Is initially checked by Precho, but the plus frames resulting from that not utilized successfully. And now Rygand is technically on the first set point. Big counter hit starter there. Rygand chooses to not take the wall break here. It's gonna cost 100 meter. Sometimes you do have to do it. 5D tap, 20 frame overhead into an RC. It's gonna cost a lot. It's gonna not do too much damage, but puts Rygand at the checkpoint position, or rather Precho on the checkmate position during that round. However, needs to clear this set point challenge once again presented by Rygand. There we go. Rygand slides through the skies, or rather glides through the skies to the other side. That time Precho was ready to choose the right anti-air. Ooh, again with the fake out 5D into a low. And the hard knockdown. This time it's Rygand who actually goes for the IBFD, but it still wasn't able to push Precho out. Damn. A Kai 5K is such a flexible Oki button. I was so surprised by the fact that the IBFD actually didn't deliver for Rygand there. I forgot to check what Precho pressed afterwards. 4-6. Same replique, same words that I said previously. I'm slowly becoming a believer. of Precho's Kai was a slightly rocky start. But as we discussed, the FT7 format it really hits different. You have so much time. Ooh, this time Rygand the one calling out the dash cancel from Precho. Ooh, that's a nasty hit. Close slash on a backdash. Had to spend the 50 burst there to make the combo wall stick with the use of Red Wild Assault. And what's the mix-up here? With jump B into a command grab. Initially avoided by Precho, but not able to get out of that pressure situation. Set point Rygand once again. He has to jump in. Lost frames. Nice. And the counter hit 2D. This is gonna go straight into the next screen. Invest the 50 burst. And now what's it gonna be? Just a throw? I think it's Precho hasn't played the raw throw option too much yet, probably because Rygand has been very active defending with buttons on wake up as well, but finally managed to sneak in one. RC into pressure. Now Rygand, are we saving that 50 meter for offense, or are we gonna spend it on defense? Here we go, unleash the firepower. Rygand did not reach for the cookie jar, not for the easy way out, didn't go for the YRC, but instead had that explosive power for that combo, and now he has even more. Good anti-air from Precho here on landing. That was looking like Rygand was gonna be very far away, but still able to reach with the elbow on landing. DP, get out of me. Oh, the thick throw costing 50 meter, but putting Rygand ever so closer towards the corner. That's a big counter hit, and the wall yields sooner than later. But now Rygand already lost so much of his life. RC is available, and Precho is creeping ever so closer to Rygand's 6 points. I wonder if this makes Rygand feel anything. Does this make a cold chill run up his spine when another high-level player from a very below position is slowly starting to make their comeback? It's becoming real. It's starting to look actually real scenario here. Precho working from that 2 points into 5 points now. But as we know, Rygand, usually not a player who gets affected by stuff like that much. In fact, reading the burst here very early, reading the DP as well. And that should be the round, unless small drop. But as one of the geniuses of our time said something about happy little accidents, Rygand, once again, this is like a 4th or 3rd time in a row. Set point. Now Precho, make your move. Oh, attempted the whiff punish, but the 5K wasn't quite the button with enough reach in that situation. 6P once again. Meets and greets. Rygand on the landing, but not getting the hit. Big damage coming through. Rygand will need to wait a moment here to gain access to 50 more tension. Oh, is that gonna be it? That's gonna be it! Rygand with the power of anime and Wild Assault on his side. Once again, transports from left corner to the right. And with that explosive power, able to take the set before Precho gets there to threaten the 6-6. Better kill the opponent before they have the chance. But man, it's really great to see Precho for the first time not on Gold Luis but Kai. You know what they say about strong players? It's strong with one character, strong with fundamentally on one character, strong with several other characters as well, if they so desire. Alright, so we are not gonna have a card for this next matchup coming up because of the switcherinos, but it is gonna be Jin, our Bridget player from the Netherlands, if I recall correctly. Yes, indeed. And hopping in to face them on a very short notice, Jetstream Mark, a Spanish Nago player, but this time gonna be rocking Chip instead to sort of level the playing field a little.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the
Alright. So, Chip Zanuff, the whiff punish king of the game, versus Bridget, a character who really kind of like a very all-rounder, has many tools that you could ever wish for, has range, has pretty good Oki game, has a DP, has a command crab, has lots of interesting movement options, mobility options in the air. Let's see how it's gonna pan out. One thing's for certain, if you get a good knockdown, good hard knockdown on a Bridget player, she can definitely do stuff very akin to Ino. I would often, you know, compare those two characters with each other. Slightly on the lower end of the damage spectrum, but really making up for it on the ability to, you know, just push momentum and perform those tricky to block mix-ups on Wake Up. Right, which side? That was a very smart move on Jin, choosing to not engage on the ground to air per se, but just waiting for Mark to land and then tagging with a 2S. And now the mix-up machine is on. Good 6B into the corner. They want to get contained. DP from one side, DP to the other side. Is that going to be enough with the use of blue RC? And okay. Even though it wasn't able to unleash that super, in fact, I think it would have been too high up in the sky for Jin there. I mean, Roger Super, the what's it called? Killing Machine? The Return of Killing Machine? Is that what the Roger Super is called? I mean, technically both of the supers are performed with the Teddy Bear Roger, but looks like we're gonna be getting one of these disconnects very early to this set. It's gonna flip the game back on non-retry and getting the players out of there. Oh, I think Jetstream actually noticed, so we are not gonna be missing any matches here. Yeah, it's a very common problem. What we sort of think at this point what causes it is because generally the spectators tend to be a little behind of the players due to how the game is sort of constructed and coded. I think if you just, you know, if the players tap retry on like 1 frame timing, it has a chance of dropping the spectators sometimes. Which is usually the reason why we sort of recommend that players wait for a couple of seconds before hitting it, just to make it sure. But you know, it is what it is, and in the heat of the moment, sometimes you just don't want to wait and you want to jump back in there. It's understandable, and everybody's been there. It is never the player's fault. It is Arxis' damn fault for not fixing these lobbies, these issues that have persisted basically from the release of the vanilla version. So never feel like it's your fault, my dear gamers. Let's flip it back to a rematch. Alright, and from 1-0 position, Jin having the advantage.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
So far, Jetstream hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to push the offense. Screen has been controlled pretty actively with Jin. Ooh, very nice 5B, calling out the clone there. Especially from those far-range distances, you have much more time to react and, you know, poke the clone, which will inflict damage on Mr. Zanuff himself. Here with the mix-up, tries to go for a deflection, which sort of ends up doing something. but probably not the best case scenario that you were looking for. Far slash on round start, slightly unfortunate hit, awkward hit there, hit on Jin while it was airborne. All right, oh, waiting it out with the patience. Finally, Jetstream getting some opportunities to run that offense, but the momentum swings back and forth so fast. Oh, the yo-yo coming back there. Ended up stopping Jetstream's advance. DP, get back into the corner. This is where your home is gonna be now, Jin. Taking an, oh my goodness, hello. Jin taking the second win. I swear, I keep, this has been an ongoing issue for me for like a year, where I have a broken keyboard that like double taps and triple taps, and since I control the scoreboard with my keyboard, it ends up adding extra scores, so gotta be extra careful not to, you know, add funky numbers on, on the players' scoreboards. Very even trade here. Momentum burst. Jin still has. Oh, it was there at the very end of not being able to lock Jin into the command grab animation. Right, here we go with the mix-up Marinos. Went with the 5B, which ended up missing on crouching Bridget there. Still able to get the round. Small successes. We're slowly getting the engine perhaps started for Jetstream. There we go with the 2K. The K range is basically the range where every chip player kind of would love to live. Once you can, like, if you can connect with your 5K, you're usually sitting pretty comfortable. The problem is, like, you know, dash far slash, not too hard to land on the opponent, but to get a dash 5K, you must dash way closer to the opponent, making yourself vulnerable to, you know, all sorts of preemptive pokes. Oh, despite that deflect shield, because Jin was already in the air and had the yo-yo twirling ready to go, that deflect shield kind of ended up doing nothing. And not even getting to use that 100 meter that was available. The execution requirement, if you want to go for example, that was a nice 2K mash, preventing the alpha play from starting. And now with the empty throw, throw actually ends up, wait, it wasn't the throw that ended up, wait, what is going on here? It wasn't the throw that ended up sticking Jetstream to the corner. It was the yo-yo coming back, Ryan. Right, DP. Barely hits the clone, which makes the hit happen on Chip as well. 60 under the yo-yo. There, finds the hit, and RC. This could be a kill unless... Alright, well, we'll just transition into the next mix-up. Which is also always an option. If you're not feeling like the combo can kill, or for some reason if you feel the drop coming, well, there's always an option to transition into just the either pressure or a mix-up if you can make it happen. There we go with the set 5K. Jin from a very far side of the screen. Now again trying to get in. There we go. Now we're in, and immediately unleashes the red wild assault. The red wild assault has made searching for hit confirms just that much easier for, you know, a lot of characters who have access to it. You can try to do the classic Street Fighter thing. Oh, nice. DPing the limb there. The limb being the yo-yo in Bridget's case, of course. Hit the 2K on an airborne Bridget, so it's a little hard to hit confirm there. And now Jin with the use of blue wild assault, mixing it up, resetting the pressure. Oh, that was a very late blue purple RC there, but managed to notice in time that indeed if we RC this, we do have the victory. So better late than never. And now with the back turn, back throw. But that was a very interesting transition into that command grab, very scrambly. Was that from an OTG and a very delayed command grab? Right, from 2B to DP was that. Very, very fast hit confirm. Question mark. Alright, again, found the hit on backdashing Jin. But as in pretty much every Guilty Gear games, your hit confirm is gonna change quite a bit depending on whether your opponent is standing on the ground or whether they are airborne at the moment. And now, Bunky Messiah through the wall should unleash the beloved set play of Chip Sanif players. Uh-oh, missed with that close slash. Missing the red burst, the red burst, gold burst. Oh, and a trade in Jetstream's favor is gonna open it up and put Jetstream on the board. As they say, better late than never, and it's not too late at the moment. Once the opponent has only a couple of games of lead, is actually very doable from this point still. Plus frames. The problem with the clone plus frames, especially if you take it from this distance, oh, this time didn't go in with the 2K, but instead chose to unleash the 2D that you can unleash way more early. Frame trapping Jin. Now working with the corner, good cheek speed against that overhead Rekka. Back turn incident, a la Strive, once again caught Jetstream backdashing with the kickstart. That was a big commitment, or perhaps not, since you had so much meter to spend. Kickstart, of course, one of those go-to either pressure resets tools or just, you know, good old neutral skip tools. Skip past, ooh, that deflection did basically nothing here. DP works out though. Rotate the options. So far the DPs have been working out way better for Jetstream compared to the deflect shields. The deflect shield timings have been super awkward so far. Even though technically the deflect shield should be pretty strong against Bridget, right? Oh, but the 5B, despite being so fast, does end up whiffing on crouching opponents. Now Jin with the advantage. Ooh, unless there's the back turn back throw incident. That hard bait that Jetstream played could end up costing him the round. Run under this time. This time the opponent is gonna be standing on landing. So we are able to get that 5B in, as well as that round. But now Jin does have a decent advantage here on the start of this last round on the game number 5. And max damage coming in. The little Roger doll landing maximum hits. Chip does bleed quite a bit, even though the damage from Bridget is not the biggest, not the greatest in the world. That is actually gonna be it! Damn! Especially when you stack like a little bit of risk, like close slash worth of risk before your combo. It does make it makes such a massive difference. It basically makes so that your combo technically starts scaling a couple of hits later than usually. So the first hits of your combo are basically gonna be free damage. Alright, got the super. And got maximum hits as well. So decent amount of damage. Jetstream is of course ready to unleash the DP. Doesn't even need to cancel it this time because it found its mark. This time deflect shield ends up doing stuff. Pog? Holy shit. Our defensive options are doing things. Now this Bunky Messiah, is it gonna reach the end of the corner? No. Unleashed from, I think that's like, if there is one disadvantage to Bunky Messiah, it doesn't end up breaking the wall from too far away. Then again, a lot of advancing supers in the game have the same thing. Yeah, it's the calm bait on the burst, and with the massively fast run speed, able to get there and get the punish as well. Ooh, clone again producing the plus frames, but the dichotomy, the choice between how deep you're gonna dash, how many of those plus frames you're gonna spend dashing towards the opponent. I didn't even manage to get there in time this time. Unleashing the 2K a little too early. The DP coming up for Jin. Baited the DP of Jetstreams. Into a low, immediate burst. Yeah, both players don't wanna have anything to do with that corner pressure. So spending everything that they can and the kitchen sink not to get pressured. But this time, Jin is actually holding on to the burst. I wonder if it's because, you know, there we go. Getting a gold burst as well. I wonder if it's because Jetstream did make a couple of hard baits in the earlier games, so Jin might have been, you know, fishing for those hard baits yet again. But it's definitely free value if you manage to make your opponent drop the combo once, and then you still reach for the burst after that if you do get hit in the follow-up situation. All right, quick 1-2 into Kara Super. Almost done deal here. Full health for Jetstream. Like it was Sunday, just backdashing calmly out of that burst. No matter if it was gonna be the gold burst or if it was gonna be the DP, that maneuver is gonna call up all of that. And perhaps even better, because that was a gold burst, and gold burst on this rather in season 3 is gonna be basically unpunishable if it connects with the opponent's guard. So making it completely whip is actually gonna allow you to punish it. Jetstream is definitely showing signs of warming up. This back and forth, immediate RC. Uh-oh, dropped it. Big investment here for Jin. Spent that blue wireless. Oh, but maybe the investment ends up paying off. Well, in a way, even if Jin did lose this round here, he was able to live long enough for Jetstream to sort of, you know, invite Jetstream into spending their own burst. So value for value, 50 meter for 100 meter. So small victories, I guess, even in defeat. Nice. DP connecting both on Chip and the clone. Here we go, decent the big damage, hard knockdown. Jin rocking with a full burst. 6P is good, leads into a mix-up. YRC the negate, all of that. But now doesn't have the tension. Ooh, hello! Even with that massive, or like, even with that slightly shorter throw range of Chip, able to get the counter throw there. I saw Jin closing in, doing the dashing.
Mankind knew that
Jetstream reacting to that with a throw of their own.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Here we go. Trying to hit confirm with the use of that red wireless ult. It doesn't even matter if you don't necessarily find the hit, because even on block, red wireless ult is such an oppressive button. I mean, no matter what wireless ult we're talking about, all of them are extremely good on block. The blue and the white one, guard crush, whereas the red one allows you to cancel to basically the button of your choice. So at the very least, most characters can cancel it into close slash, which would be plus. If it works out, Jetstream does have a lot of meter. Close slash into. Sort of checking if Jin wants to spend the burst here. Yeah, this is I think this is literally the reason why Jin has been holding on to that burst so much. So he didn't even have to go for the burst here in the end because of the very active burst hunting game of Jetstreams. Ends up not getting the burst and dropping the round instead. The hard decisions when it comes to Guilty Gear burst metagame. Go break that guard, but was ready to meet the DP as well. Damn! I guess since the blue wild assault into yo-yo set into 2K is not airtight, is why you still have to engage with an RP, or like have to basically RPS with the DP if your opponent tends to have it. Overhead Rekka hits. RC. Combined, of course. Damn. It's like the plus frames of the clone have been surprisingly hard to utilize for Jetstream this set. Or perhaps should we say Jin has been very good at actively RPSing and dealing with those plus frames as well, to never take anything away from, you know, strong players. Ooh, nice hit. 1, 2, 3, into the corner we go. Ah, got the yo-yo set up as well. Should definitely go into a wall break, and not gonna get all the hits, for this is bouncing the opponent very high up into the sky, but you know, Chip Zanif bleeds quite a bit. Reversal gold burst, blocks, not being punishable like we were talking about earlier. So even though that cost quite a bit of Jetstream's burst resources, probably, you know, better than what they were hoping for on average. Oh, but the too heavy. What an anti-air. It was looking like Jetstream was already almost ready to cross up, yet still that massive yo-yo bounce too heavy from downtown, reaching the opponent and putting a big stop sign to that corner escape. That kind of goes back to what we were talking about during the previous set as well. If you don't commit completely, if you are not point blank with the opponent, if you are instead like a couple of character lengths away, you have so much more time, space, and everything to sort of try to match their escape trajectory when they, you know, ultimately try to escape the corner eventually. Once again, the deflect shield not really yielding for Jetstream. Wow, that was the walk of doom! I was definitely giving Jetstream as many frames to react as possible. Got the Twitch reaction. Starting to look like some Street Fighter maneuvers here. Alright, this Funky Messai should take Jin into the corner. Not gonna break though. 1, 2, oof. Okay, still safe after that missed overhead Rekka. Frame kills, as they say, or something. There we go, and caught on the landing. Since Jin did end up pressing a button in the air, that 5 heavy was basically a guaranteed punish, if the timing is there. Yo, what a whip punish there, but of course from that range, I think not a whole lot of stuff that Chip could follow up with, right? Alright, this is set point for Jin here. So Jetstream. Alright, deflect shield. Again, it's kind of like, even when the deflect shields are hitting, I feel like they're not doing enough. And Jin still holding down the fort. There we go. That time chose to sort of commit quite a bit, which did give Jetstream an opportunity to get out of there. Now Jin's like time to dread over the deflect shield not doing anything. Nice, we're still in the throw range. That was, wow. If I had to guess, if I saw the first startup frame of that throw, and I had to put money on whether that's gonna land, I would have definitely said no, especially with Chip's throw range. 6B is what started this blender situation. Oh, I got the backdash. It's 2 combos down. More to go. Jetstream says no. I would like to get out of this mama's little blender here, but we are back right where we started. Not gonna be a hard knockdown. I think. I do wonder if the blue Wild Assault would have whiffed there. So that was definitely for safety from Jin to break the wall as they did. Dash far slash, getting single hits, but well-timed YRC, preventing Jetstream getting any value out of that red Wild Assault. About the hit, but again, no meter to go for the Kara Super, despite that, following it up neatly. Ooh, what a clash, and with the fast buttons that Chip has, taking the cake here. It's looking pretty good for Jetstream. Kind of same script as we had in the previous match, is it not? Jetstream was down quite a few matches, but now it's starting to look like a real comeback. And with the dash momentum, Genro-san chasing that backdash. Such a common scenario to see as well, when you're kinda dashing in after the wall break, threatening the close slash, opponent backdashes, and you're like, alright, this Genro-san is kinda delayed, and is gonna have some active frames, so I'm just gonna command grab you out of that. Very interesting command grab. Both of these characters have the very, very interesting command grab. Very non-standard ones. Ooh, the F Shiki here. Unfortunately not able to hit confirm it properly. I wonder if that was that would have required a 50-meter investment. Nice, moving out of the corner. Both characters doing that. Very mobile characters that we're talking about here. 1-2 into Kara Super once again. This is where the fun gets started. Jin does have access to DPRC. Is what they actually went for, but Jetstream was already on the second Yomi layer and using the command grab perfectly timed. It was a meaty command grab basically, which took out the DPRC. I'm not gonna lie, I would have done the same as Jin, and I would have gotten hit too. There we go, DP out of this pressure. Getting even more plus frames from getting that hard knockdown hit. Ooh. /5 heavy skate into the mid screen. Wow, okay, we're committing hardcore. Basically ran into point blank and said, I think Jin has been hitting button every single time here, so no matter what you're gonna hit, goes for it again. The dash DPs. Very much a big commitment, but didn't end up paying off that time. The first dash in DP worked out, the second though, not so much. And set point Jin once again. Finds the low, here we go with the blender, jump deep, difficult to proc indeed. Oh my god. My Japanese here. L and R sounds. DP works out for Jetstream. Looking to live, but perhaps also looking to die. All the universes are open here. Oh my god, that was actually a wall break. Had so much wall damage already. Kinda definitely working out for Jetstream, because that was a combo that might have not worked. Oh, the patience, and Jetstream lives. Jetstream lives to fight it another day, and it is going into 6-6. What a script here. Literally the same for Jetstream Mark, as well as for Precho, previous set. Running it back from a very unlikely position, and now it is basically for anybody to take. 12 rounds of data will culminate into this single game. It's looking like Jin is indeed grasping the advantage here. Speaking of the untraditional command grabs, Jin arriving to the set point once again before Jetstream. Overhead Rekka hits. Oh, but not able to transition into the close lane, close slash successfully. War break. Gonna use the wild assault to get the hard knockdown as well. And Bridget. So much meter for Jin. That's gonna be it, right? That was actually dangerous. There was actually a small opportunity for Jetstream to burst there after the RC, but I do wonder if I think that would have not made any difference, because Jin was looking to make it extremely safe as well. That would have had to be the most convoluted mind-reading timing of all time. Basically just before Jin struck the finishing blow. Damn! Went down to the wire. Perfectly matched, as all things in life should be. What do we got next? Quick introductions. Swag, Ketna, both recent players. Dr. Swag This would be the 4th matchup in the row. Has been playing all month long. Not every one of those games was with a Potemkin though. Previously facing off against Maria's Zato. That was kind of a challenge match last week. Happy Chaos versus Sato. I gotta say though, Swag with only 1 week worth of practice on Happy Chaos did ridiculously good. So that already, you know, says things about Swag. Basically how fast Swag is able to, you know, adapt to new games, new characters, and we're basically talking about a player who has not played Strive more than, was it half a year? I think I remember. So in Guilty Gear standards, a very fresh player to the scene, and already putting really good shows up on, you know, on stream. And it's doubly so exciting because, you know, the amount of Potemkin players we have on Bounty Hunters is very, very limited, as well as the fact that Potemkin has been changed for the better of the Potemkin players, of course, as of recent. Potemkin has got some really nice stuff, such as, you know, of course, the White Wild Assault, as well as the Heat Tuckle, the new move that actually allows him to, you know, contest some angles as well as hit confirm lights. Ooh, but Ketna with a very early burst read here. And putting your opponent in this position is extremely potent for Testament. What Testament lacks in the mix-up department is definitely made up for in the pressure department. Like, Testament is able to sort of loop the stained pressure from rather safe distance, never has to commit fully to any of those, you know, pressure resets or mix-up situations. Not to say they're completely safe either, there is definitely options to interact with, but doesn't have to take the same risks that many other characters do take. Ooh, that was the most offensive deflect shield I've ever seen from Ketna. Basically pushing Swag back into the corner position. Yeah, Ketna using all of these defensive resources to keep Swag in the corner. Actual time slide hit this time, and with the power of the armor powering through the air fireball. Nice, it's gonna pop, get the double close slash. That move does pop the opponent up a little higher now this patch, so Testament has had some improved combo paths. We're a little late there, 5k. How minus is that? I forgot. I think 2k is 6 frames and 5k is 7 frames, right? Ooh, no RC available. Swag already spent all of their meter, so Ketna is gonna get a nice combo, as well as flip sides to basically take away all that real estate from Swag. Ooh, Swag tried to get... I think I heard the startup of White Wild Assault there, but as we know, 9 frames is the magic number. 9 frames is the amount of time that you need for the White Wild Assault invo frames to go online. And from that close distance, not able to get to that point on Potemkin that time. That is not to say that you can't use the White Wild Assault even on, you know, close range clashing situations. Is that in those situations it's akin to a 9-frame normal, basically, which is relatively fast if you think about it. Potemkin definitely has no other 9-frame buttons at that range available to him. Right, close slash into a tick command grab, doing so much damage in Strive. Got the Succubus out and a punish. The bar slash too heavy does not create a true combo string though. There we go. Yep. in general, if you ground block the heat tackle, or if it ends up missing on you completely, it should be basically a free punish for no matter what character Potemkin is facing. Alright, utilizing the armor. It's a curious thing though. Even if you collide with the but there's a good reversal super. And able to get to the stain. Ooh, nice backdash though. I was sure that was gonna be a guaranteed stain basically. Aggressive burst, keeps Swag in the corner. Nice PRC, able to get the 6P in. And here we go with the wild assault. Misses with the pickup, but we are still in a mixing position. Cross up into a low. That was quite the scramble there. But Swag ended up pulling through, and it's going to be one apiece here. Players end up whipping with their projectiles. The added benefit of Testament and projectiles is even if you miss with your projectile, you still have, you know, benefits such as this! Having the succubus marker there and able to teleport out. That must have been like the very last startup frame that Kena was able to, you know, escape with there. Oh, still going? RC to definitely take advantage of those plus frames, and it ends up working out for Ketna. Oh, howdy ho, Raiders from Dr. Dubs' stream. You're just in time. We are starting with the third matchup here. Ketna Testament versus Dr. Swag Potemkin. Basically, Ketna making their debut on Bounty Hunters last week, took out their debut match opponent very convincingly 7-1. Looking to continue there. But connecting the red wild assault on the armor frames of Potemkin, not doing anything. Oh wait, I think that was a little too early there on the throw, because Ketna was definitely respecting that time. Forward Mega Fist is gonna be a punish. Small combo plus frames from the up fireball. There we go with the fast air dash speed of Testaments, able to get the punish on that slide head. I think they made, once again, if I recall correctly, this batch made slide head even faster. So there are not too many characters who are like super good at with punishing that slide head on reaction. Oh, actually producing 2 hits. First the strike portion of the Grey Reaper, and then the projectile portion ends up taking Swag out of the armor frames of Hammerfall. Damn. The most unlikely of the characters producing multi-hits. Although it's basically a very, very particular spacing that you have to connect with if you wanna hit with the both hits of the Grey Reaper. Because it's very easy for you to just get the first one and then Potemkin lands the hit before the projectile portion comes out either. Nice, keeping Ketna in the corner, massive plus frames once again, what a trick! Into fast RC Potemkin Buster, that's not something you can react to, basically you just have to know, or rather guess. Which is very, you know, very traditional thing, just guess. When you're facing Potemkin and you're taking those, you know, close range mix-ups from this character historically, it's guessing is the name of the game. Burst used for Swag, tried to go for a flick, but the 6P from Ketna. Ooh, that was very sneaky. This time, wow, the teleport actually putting Ketna to the other side. Oh, again, able to produce the projectile just in the nick of time to break Swag out of the armor. Not a done deed yet. Break the guard, and from that position, perfect strike throw position. And when Potemkin is at that perfect distance, you know what's coming. You're guessing for your life. Evens it up 2-2. Ooh, that was very interesting. The armor did collide with the Grave Reaper projectile there, but the main body themselves didn't get hit. Ketna is starting to play a little more with those possessions, those teleports. RPS basically is if you're basically hanging next to a succubus marker, you could feasibly react to Testament teleporting and then punishing on the emerging frames. But if you commit too much, then it's very likely that, you know, Testament will just teleport on you or behind you and you end up missing your opportunity, or worse yet, you will get thrown or Testament gets to press a button, even despite being relatively minus from that teleport. Nice jump. Teleporting forward instead of taking the stain here. Interesting. Oh, we hit the perfect place, avoiding the hungry hippos from below and into the buster once again. Swag taking a firm hold of Ketna here and grasping the whatchamacallit, the front driver's seat. Alright, but that's gonna be a punish. It's actually a hit on airborne there. Interesting. Once again, armor frames doing what they were meant to do. Oh, mix up time. Got hit. That's gonna hurt quite a bit. But I guess not the worst kind of situation for Ketna. As long as, you know, if Potemkin is able to follow up their combo, being the character that you are, basically having disadvantage against, you know, a strong neutral character such as Testament. Testament will take that every single time. I think you'll happily pay for like even half your life if it means that you transition from a close range pressure to a full screen neutral. Nice. The low arbiter breaking the wall. Even through the backdash. The new and improved wide assault, reaching fast and reaching far. Perfect timing on the frame trap close slash into Buster. Oh, that's gonna hit though. It does have the 50 meter to make stuff happen here. Make the magic happen, if you will. RC forward, lots of bounce, the wild assault as well. It should be enough, fully charged up Grave Reaper. Perfect usage of your resources and perfect showcase of how Testaments on the newest patches can definitely make the stuff work better because you got that red wild assault on board. It's like during the patches where Testament was released and a couple of patches afterwards, it's been kind of hard to get any sort of rewards from like far slash range. Basically any of your far range pokes, unless you already have stain on the opponent. But now with the advent of red wild assault, you can definitely make magic happen. Or if you have 50 meter, you can make this happen as well. Take him to the corner, pop him, swag. Very courageous burst here. And it does not end up paying off for him now, having to go into the next round without any of that ever so important burst resource available. Ketna closing in. It's gonna be fairly guaranteed stain. Ooh, a little too early on that stain, or rather the crow. Got it now, and gonna go with the damage ender instead. Interesting. So this will leave Dr. Swag hard knockdown, but not. Oh, nice! Able to RC and see that there was indeed a YRC coming. So an easy block, easy punish. Ketna. Wow. It's now Ketna who takes the lead. They've been basically fighting for the leading position back to back. First it was Ketna, then it was Swag, and now it's Ketna again. Ooh, nice timing there. Teleporting out of the forward Mega Fist. Letting Swag corner themselves. Nice, that's gonna pop up for a combo, to which Dr. Swag says, no, not today. I still want to play. I don't want to get looped in this horrible, horrible pressure. Oh, interesting. I'm surprised that slide wasn't active there anymore. Ooh, nice flick. That was value flick. Otherwise, would have had to take the stain there. And in the corner, one more. Deflect shield is paying dividends here. In certain ways, you can... Oh, nice! Oh, this is the combo! Tragedy hits Ketna. That could have potentially been a sequence that started a nice comeback. Nice read. Gonna pull Ketna back on the ground with a massive amount of risk as well. Ketna flipping the position. Pop up with a stain and... Ooh, a little bit of a mistake here. Would have definitely liked to take the wall break with the use of the girls. Oh wow, okay. Getting the 5k hit there, so Swag finding the ankles. Deflect shield, yeah. As I was about to say earlier, there are certain aspects that got extremely buffed about the Temkin, but also the deflect shield change made Garuda Pressure and Garuda Oki considerably weaker. Because now a successful deflect shield will completely nullify Potemkin's position and push them back to full screen. Very defensive maneuvers from Swag. Back Megafist trying to invite the Testament player, extending themselves into it, but no dice. 6B didn't have time to go active there. Lots of plus frames here. Nicely backdash there. Saves themselves from a lot of damage. Oh, the throw called out by the heat tackle. The new stuff. Ooh, was able to fully charge it, and that actually hit. I think Ketna was backdashing there. In all their Guilty Gear games, the 5Ds on airborne opponents just wouldn't ever convert. So it's a very interesting kind of sight for an OG Guilty Gear player to see a backdashing player being punished by a 5D properly. Nice, stands up for the overhead. Nice again. Ketna has been very conscious about these slide heads. This might actually be a matchup where you just can't slide head necessarily as freely. Even if like this, even if Ketna sort of misses the true punish, you're still getting pressured afterwards pretty badly. Uh-oh! Alright, close slash. Managed to land a hit, but converted into much more damage than he could have scored with that close slash, I think. Perhaps predicting a crow there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a pop high up, had the curse applied. In that situation, any hit is basically gonna be a mini RC. There's the big starter. Setting up an interesting, yeah, God, I love the new Testament changes and the stuff that you can do with you know, the new steerings of the possessions and all that. Oh, can't do much about that stain unless you manage to land a flick, I think. I think that was the startup of the super there, was it not? But Ketna got there just in time. This will be stain as well as a hard knockdown. Ooh. Oh my goodness! This is gonna be a tough comeback to run though. Oh, no punish there on the deflect shield. Perfect. Sees the startup frame of the white wild assault, and if you, it's basically a checkmate at that point. If you are doing RC, if you're doing like any sort of maneuver that slows down time and able to see that it is indeed wild assault, wild big body wild assault coming, you can just, you know, transition into a throw, and there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, overhead hits. Ketna is so loaded up in resources. Doesn't manage to get the strike in there in time. Deflect shield. And combined with the teleport, does get Ketna out of the danger zone. And now landing straight into the Gigantor. No, not too bad. We took a little bit of a 5D tap. Close slash 2S. Is gonna be the maneuver that finds the hit versus Swag here. 2K2D too far at the round start distance. Wow! Did that Vlink actually miss there, or was Swag holding that? Blink and you miss it. Overhead hits is gonna be converted. Not gonna be a hard knockdown, but I think characters like Testament are not gonna mind too much, especially since you got the curse applied still. Plus frames. At that range, the Wild Assault post block is always gonna be a tick throw situation, technically. The armor delivering once again. Good trade for Swag. But Swag can't afford to trade anymore. Any hit is gonna do it, even a 5B. Speaking of the piece, 6B, a near miss. Swag walking backwards, making the... Oh, I lied! That was a clean 6B hit that didn't end up finishing Swag, but the follow-up Grave Reaper is gonna do the deed. Uh-oh, are we gonna get a disconnection? This would be this would be a tragedy if the players are gonna play from here and Ketna takes it. Let's hope. Let's hope that they notice. It unfortunately does look like they are probably gonna play it out, and in the name of preserving the competitive integrity here, I don't want to, don't want to break the flow of the players. So I guess fingers crossed here that Dr. Swag is gonna take it, so that we get to see the climax of the set, if you will. It's quite even here. I wonder whose pressure it is at the moment. It is actually Swag who ends up getting the first round. Yeah, Swag is just placing forward. If that was just a clean round, that was a very, very dominant round. All right, now let me get in there with a rematch. All right. So that would be, I presume that they did play that out. So that would be 5-6, still in favor of Ketna, but it's literally the same script again, is it not? Same as we got on the first and the second matchup slot today. I mean, it's a slightly different script because these two players have been going back to back. There's kind of has been no major comebacks happening here. Both players have been just, playing their best, hanging in there, and making back and forth momentum swings. YRC, get me out of this wild ride. Doesn't manage to get out of there. Now big counter hit 6 heavy. Luckily for Dr. Swag, this ain't gonna be a hard knockdown, and maybe more importantly, not gonna be Stain knockdown either. Of course, without the use of Red Wild Assault, Testament is basically a 2-step neutral character. Has to always, ends up colliding with a big leg there. 2D preventing the Red Wild Assault coming in. Ken has been going with that raw Wild Assault here and there. Deflect shield, yeah, but we're back in there as fast as Ketna pushed Dr. Swag away, immediately closing in the distance with Wild Assault, and okay, barely able to manage to avoid getting punished. The deflect shield was a little late there, I think. Nice flick. Probably tried to go for it again. If I recall correctly, the flick is input with S buttons. So the 2S that Swag was whiffing there could have been a missed flick input. Who knows? Or it could also be him trying to strike into the succubus mark of Ketna's, right? Because Ketna has been utilizing that teleport quite a bit. this time. Oh, nice, get the 6B out there. Switch sides into... Not... Ketna is lacking resources here a bit, but it's not gonna matter if you have the curse ready to go, and that should be it. It's gonna be it. Ketna takes it 7-5. Able to clutch it out at very end. Like we said, it was very back and forth duration for the duration of the whole set, basically. But towards the end of there, Ketna got a little comfortable 2-game lead that they managed to rock with, ultimately sealing the deal 7-5. But really great fight both ways. Ketna, still, I mean, it's only been 2 games, but it sounds cool when you say it, when somebody is still undefeated on Bounty Hunters. See how long that's gonna last. All right, next up we got Vlink and Zet. So Link basically has been rocking the chip the longest time I can remember. No character deviation so far. 3 matches on Bounty Hunters, and if I recall correctly, all of them extremely tight, but last week Vlink did manage to procure her first victory on the screen. Oh, was it 6-7? I thought I was pretty sure I marked that match for you. It might have been I actually forgot to mark a... I might have forgot to put a score on your account at some particular point. But yeah, I'll take your word for it, because you, as the players, can actually see the score and I can't. And, you know, I tend to make mistakes here and there with the score counting. So, yeah, there you have it, 6-7. Man, that was even tighter than I thought. That was quite the hustle. Now let's see if we're gonna have more of these nail biters. Our Spanish chip player, Vlink, facing off against one of the few players in Finland when it comes to Strive. Of course, we've had a lot of super talented players in the past in the older Guilty Gear games, but unfortunately the likes of Snaptastics just didn't transition into the new age of new generation of Guilty Gears. So we're thankful for all the gamers that we have still available in Strive front at the moment. But going into the match, I wonder, taking the wall break, even, like, of course, getting the wall break with Bunky Messai is the party starter, the basically win con of Chip. But I think you don't necessarily mind all too much if you have to go back to neutral against Ino, even without a hard knockdown. It's probably not the worst. Especially since you have, all the mobility in the world. You can, if you see startups of moves such as, the node, or you can actually run under Chemical Love as well. There are a lot of maneuvers that you can play against Ino if you see her twitch or do stuff. Oh, or you could go for the air shenanigans as well. Instant air dash jump, heavy finds its mark. This is gonna be a wall break. But again, Vlink missing the opportunity to get a hard knockdown here, which certainly ain't the optimal, especially since Vlink is on her last hit points here. Ooh, good 6-speed. That looked like it's almost was gonna miss. And I think it would have kind of missed there. I think that type of 6-speed actually connect on the landing here. Since the low profile frames of the 6B are so potent, and the jumping is basically coming from such a high you know, high angle. Essentially, all the active frames of the jump in are gonna be, you know, expanded already. Then you go into your landing animation, and then the 6P connects on you while you are standing or crouching or whatever on the ground. Oh, from which side? Hello? Chip, please. Ooh, big counter hit. He's gonna go into a juggle, and Vlink does have the resources as well. Drops the combo here, so he's gonna preserve the resources for now. The big chase. Float dash. Ooh, drifting forward. Plus frames from... What's the move called? Mad Love, that's the one. This newest patch, they made Mad Love a little easier to interact with because they make the hitbox manifest a little higher so that you can actually 6P it, as well as they made even though the startup of the move is same, the startup frames are more recognizable, which is a big, huge deal. Because you have some moves such as like Rio's back turn heavy, which technically should be reactable, being so slow on startup, but if those moves have absolutely zero animation, you just can't, there's nothing to react to, so the startup makes no difference whatsoever.
Duel 3.
Right, full on burst resources for both players here. Missing with the too heavy, and that's what I was talking about. Missing those, you know, Hail Mary swings. I mean, usually in normal matchups, you wouldn't treat like too heavy from, you know, like a complete Hail Mary, but against fast characters like maybe Chip or Giovanna, they might as well be. Those characters are so good at whiff punishing you, so good at covering that distance. Oh, here comes the classic. Run into the close slash range, go for the Gendrozan. If they backdash, they will be caught. If they sit still, they will be caught. They will have to do something, either press a button or try to jump out. And Vlink blinks. It's QK who blinks. Vlink brings it. One match, both. Immediate burst out of that Chemical Love. Sorry, not Chemical Love, Stroke the Big Tree. Close enough. Right, overhead Rekka is blocked, so inevitably gonna be followed up with an RC. With the way that things sort of revolved here, Blink ended up crossing herself into the corner. Uh-oh, that's gonna be punished, 5B, but not too much of a launch there. I think Blink was almost like a couple of frames away from landing there, so didn't get the highest bounce available. Ooh, big counter hit from the Mad Love. And with the Mad combo as well, scoring the heart knockdown and ready to mix it up. Refloat dash, once again looking for the throw, looking for the burst, and he finds it. Vlink had basically the last moment to reach for the cookie jar and get out of the jail. But Zat knew the burst basically had to come during the last couple of hits, lest you want to get just knocked out with your burst intact. 6B a little too early there, so getting tagged by the jump heavy off Chips. What a button it is. Nice, can happily cash out here because that already did use all of their burst resources. And now with the hard knockdown as well. Should be tough. Any hit is gonna do it. It's so tricky, especially since Vlink basically set the expectations for the deep dash Gendrozan earlier. If you try to struggle out of that Gendrozan, it's the diagonal alpha that ends up sort of frame trapping you instead. And the startups are relatively similar. Ooh, what was that? Clean low altitude air throw. Found a hit, able to combo as well. Making sure that the combo is relatively burst safe. And at the latter part of the combo, Blink already gave up wanting to burst that. Of course, it would have been a what we call in the industry a hero burst, which would be when you unleash all of those burst resources when there's very little chance of you to actually run it back when your life has completely ran out already. Whoa, my goodness, from which angle? Gets a really casual IB FD and pushes Blink away momentarily. Looking for the hit. misses with the air throw. Players going back and forth with the massive amount of mobility. It's funny because, like, even though did I see an F shiki there, and with that safe jump as well, covers that DP. That is zapping. That was a really great last 5 seconds there for Zat. Ino does have, a lot of those safe jumps available. I think what I've heard from Ino players in general is that, in Strive, as well as in the past as well, some of those safe jumps can be a little tricky to set up. There's a lot of like manual stuff that you have to do with Ino when it comes to your setups in Strive. Ooh, was backdashing, so the overhead Rekka will certainly cash out maximum. The wall break of the heavy kind, and now, what's the option this time? Just basic safe jump. It hits. And it's such a tough position because you kind of know it's coming, but it's so fast that I'm not sure if a lot of characters can actually 6-speed. I think you will have to be like a fast 6-speed type, like a 9-framer or something. Or have a really sick hitbox on your 6-speed to be able to mash it between, like, for example, low Rekka and overhead Rekka. And when Chip is, combined with 100 meter, it's like the RC is gonna come out. You're gonna have to take that mix up afterwards, and it's just a generally bad time against Mr. Zanov. But at least this time, whoa, Zat! You're a sick bastard! Reversal supering into the wrong direction, or rather, should we say into the right direction this time, perhaps reading the diagonal alpha. I wonder if there's an option select to make that super happen in both sides. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, that was really great for Zan. Ooh, not able to dive under this time. The 2S was already going active for Vlink. Break the wall. And here we go, reverting back to the layer 1 option here. Or rather, the first option that Vlink used to play. This is super close. Quite the kill. Zat has 50-meter full burst, but it's a hard decision. Are you just gonna... I think in that situation you would have to basically perform either the maneuver that you performed earlier, so reversal into the quotation wrong direction, or just go for a reversal burst. Alright, immediate burst by both players. Now the next hit is surely gonna hit. It's Vlink who gets to score it. And so ever so closer to that 50 tension. Powered by the positive bone, is Zat able to flip the momentum on its head? 6B hits. Ooh. Okay, somehow able to live out of that. And a very flashy way of avoiding that DP. Float dash over, reaching for the throw. Nothing to be found there. And now Vlink, overhead, RC, has another one where that came from, I think. Not quite yet though, has it now? It's weird, the little difference that just a matter of like 1 or 2 or 3 meter does make. Since if you use RC in Guilty Gear, you will go into a meter build penalty, which will make it ever so slightly harder to build meter. And if you're lacking like just a couple of points of tension, it can be hard to get to that point. Even when you are, performing your pressure. A position that generally tends to yield meter to just about any character in the game very fast. Alright, hard knockdown. And into the Gendro-san, get RC. Don't even need to! Damn! The damage on Ino. I think Ino ain't really one of the high guts characters. And definitely not a high defense character either. A drive-by jump heavy by Mr. Zanov, as we say. Alright. Gonna go into a... I see the wall. Wall already had a decent amount of damage, so not able to milk the damage, or milk the combo completely. and with the meter that Vlink has been building, not able to convert into a super. However, ready to push the offense, and Vlink once again brings it even score. Damn, I wouldn't like to, or like, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but damn, have the matches been kind of even tonight? And now, as soon as I said it, it's gonna be nothing but one-sided slaughter for the rest of the evening, right? Is that how it works? I think that's how the universe works, right? Yo, that was actually sick! Going in with a advancing special move and able to get a punish there on the landing frames out of the shuriken. And that's what started it. Over half of Vlink's life basically gone. Overhead, fishing for the RC, or rather, sorry, fishing for the burst. Plus frames out of the super, misses with the jump. Are we okay? Are we okay, Zach? No, doesn't look like we're okay. Vlink pressing the offense. Overhead. Damn, all of those small hits. The grounded alpha does end up causing a cross-up hit, as well as, overhead rekka. Without the use of meter, a lot of those are things that, don't deal the most amount of damage, but goddamn are those hard to. Ooh, but well, off that thought, we got a safe jump here. Ooh, we got a safe jumper here, boys and girls. And now, finds the hit, doubles it up. Was basically sure that Vlink wants to burst there, but I think she's holding on to it. I think there's nothing you can do to make Vlink actually burst in this hero position.
Duel 3.
That's another thing, is there are not only greedy bursts, but there can be slightly greedier burst baits as well. As some characters are very conscious of their burst timings and just don't wanna spend the burst meter when it's not the most opportune time to make the comeback. Ooh, straight into too heavy with a big damage. Bless Red Wild Assault, we're going ham here. A little late, I wonder, because it took a couple of frames for Zap to land. Super hits. Who baits the Red Assault? Oh no, we didn't have the finisher. Left side, no! It ends up being crossed up under the feet of Zat. Vlink goes to the other side and is able to land a strike punish, basically free of charge. I was about to say, I wonder if that chemical love actually manifests a hitbox behind Ino, but looks like there is no such thing. Stroke the big tree, going under 6 speed from Chip. There we go. That might look very unassuming when you land a normal hit on grounded alpha blade, but I think it's always gonna cross up, so that's a conscious decision for the player to block to the other side. So always a reason to take your hat off when somebody manages to use their brain and read the situation correctly. It's a nice nifty escape there, using Stroke the Big Tree to go under. There we go, Big doubles it up with another one. And we have the Wild Assault as well. Being the blender character that she is, would always love to have the heart knockdown after every single hit. Oh, the jump heavy from the float dash comes in at the perfect timing, perfect angle. I think I saw Vlink reaching for the anti-air button, but it was already too late. And with those jump-ins, with just about any jump-in in the game, just about any jump-in in any fighting game, if you are very close to the ground, if you can unleash your jump-in button very close to the ground, that's kind of, especially in fighting games where there are no such mechanics as like head invulnerability and stuff like that, which is the case with Guilty Gear. If you can get your jump in, hit their toes already, they basically won't be able to get any of their low profile frames off like moves like 6B out at all. And Ino is really good at controlling that, you know, that position where she unleashes the button, having access to that unique forward dash, which is the float dash. Alright. Good timing on the burst. If Vlink actually delayed that burst anymore, that could have been... Oh, actually, never mind. You can't do that anymore. That's old news. You can't low profile under bursts anymore because they're global. Jump heavy, leads into a pressure position. RC after the overhead, but of course, now what's Zach gonna do? Holding on to, finally chooses to unleash the YRC, but you know, not having access to the normal dash. Oh, that was a nice jump B. You know, having access to a really good one. In that, and goes for it again! The classic! No matter which Guilty Gear games, the fist of the witch in the air has always been a fast and a nice hitbox at that. And it ends up delivering once again, Zach taking the driver's seat with a couple of good ones. Another button that seems fairly unassuming, but never ever underestimate the power of jabs. Alright, the player's taking a little bit of a breather here as we are slowly closing onto the end game, aka the championship rounds here. Straight into the overhead Rekka once again, the Bold Faithful. Nice, that's what I was talking about at the start of the set. You see the note coming out, you are Chip Saneth, you realize, man, I'm kind of fast, aren't I? Dash in there and tag them. Guys, going so fast. Vlink making quick work of Zach this round. Wants to get to that 5 points each position once again as soon as possible. Swing and miss with that float dash. Jump heavy once again. There we go. As soon as Vlink was able to build to that 50 meter, to that overhead Rekka RC, getting the big damage out of it as well. It's so nice because like the overhead Rekka is at the very end of your block string, so chances are that you've landed already a couple of normals and probably a couple of Rekkas, and then you've built like somewhere between like 1/3 to around like 1/3 of their risk bar, and that's gonna empower the next combo that you perform so much. It's kind of what ends up actually giving Chip the damage that you perceive on actual, you know, real game combos. Oh, but again, going under, that happened earlier as well. Alpha Plate sliding under, keeping Chip low profiled. And which side, nobody knows, but Vlink looked like she kind of missed the setup there. And now Zach will have a big reversal opportunity. Not a lot of resources available, but it's not like, you know, really needed much meter for her like initial mix-ups anyway. It's kind of like the follow-up situations that she would love to have the meter on, like doubling it up with you know, the reversal super and getting plus frames using that, or you know, going for the command grab that costs 50 meter. Yeah. Ooh, another drive-by jump heavy. Not able to gain control of the situation. It is, in fact, requiring a blue burst to get stuff out of control. And now, Vlink able to push Zach into the corner. We have the 50 meter. You know what's coming? Yes, you do. We've been singing the praises of that overhead Rekka RC so many times. And now, Vlink is looking to potentially go to 6 points first. Yes, indeed, another drive-by. It's not gonna convert very easily, but for this kind of situations where you're looking for one more touch, extremely good option.
Duel 1.
And now the burden to perform 2 game victories in a row is on Zat's shoulders. Active frames of the gold burst they're delivering. Vlink basically ended up extending herself into that burst at the very end of the situation there. Oh, unfortunate miss. Gets a double off though. That did manage to get a 2P out, but as we say, always in Guilty Gear Strive, you have to finish your combos. You can't afford to end your strings at minus frames. Through the wall we go. Vlink nearing that full burst. Gets it now. Overhead Rekka. RC, yep, blocking it. And Zat really didn't want to take another one of those. There we go with the punish as well. And Metal Up a little too slow there. I think Zat had perhaps already committed to sort of reading a different option, and as a result of that, ended up completely missing what was going on. Very, very common thing to happen in a fast-paced fighting games like Guilty Gear. But now, Zat, God, they're just going one for one, aren't they? Vlink is getting the burst back soon, but it's not gonna do anything for the witch. Lands the big jump heavy guitar hit and smacks Vlink out of that game. 6-6. But of course, why would the matches not be even? Are you not entertained? Every single freaking match. Oh my goodness. Who the fuck matchmake this event? They need to get a equivalent of Nobel Prize for FGC community stuff. All right. Anyway, last matchup. Oh my god, I hate that. I hate that. Unless I'm playing, 6 heavy. Another tool. No matter the game, it hits so fast. It hits so high. God damn it. All right. But Vlink has been able to sort of procure back the momentum. Here's the breaker. YRC and the slow option ends up frame trapping Vlink. But since this is a soft knockdown, Vlink is actually a pretty decent position here. 100 meter. Oh, we're spending it all on pressure slash a small mix-up. But small things tend to transition into big things. Let's see if Zat is willing to spend that YRC. Doesn't even have to reach for the YRC here. Which side? Good, the 6P ends up completely ignoring the downwards hitbox of the jump 2K. The dive kick did absolutely nothing. Zat is on set point here. First one. Low Rekka. Minus on hit, so on the second one has to RC it if Vlink wants to convert. Get a small hit, another one. Still plus frames, question mark. Ooh, nice maneuvering, got out of that. Overhead mix up that time. Now Vlink is not done. Good jump out and comes down with a button. Yo, the combos! From left side to the right side, or the right side to the left side. Whoever knows. One more hit, that could be it. He has the super, is he gonna use it? Wall slump into clean input. Is enough? No, it's not enough. Literally one hit point. Vlink is alive, but this is a hard knockdown. What's he gonna do? Just holds on to all of those resources. Overhead Rekka hits. Zat can't get out of this. Double Luigi. And nearly full burst meter for both players. This is it. This is him versus her. No takebacks. The DP is missed, is baited. Zat grabbing an early lead here using the wild assault. Such a lovely mechanic, was able to build to the 50 meter as well. This is a checkmate. Vlink only has deflect shield. Is she gonna go for it? No. She goes for it, but no! Zat cancelled into a 6 heavy! Are you fucking kidding me? That still reached! Even through that deflect shield, the 6 heavy, the cursed button of the witch. How? That is disgusting and so lovely at the same time. It's Zat who ends up coming out of this matchup victorious at the very end. Man, that was back and forth throughout the whole set. There's really no way to make this better, is it? That's a show. Show after a show. Damn, good shit. Not just to Zat and Vlink, but all of the players so far. what an evening has this been? And it's not even over yet. We got 2 more to go. Alrighty then. Big bodies, big heavy hitters. Duking it out here. KS Gotluis, the other high-level Gotluis player in Finland other than Solid. Maria, one of the top Nagoriyuki players, one of the top players of the higher end of the intermediate bracket period, even like pre-advanced. Hell, I would even give Maria the advanced category, the top player category that you enter by. When do you enter it? I guess there's really no, clear-cut benchmark that we've set up for the community anything, but we're talking about really decent, better than decent gamers here, back on their main characters. Maria, one of the most explosive Nagoriyuki players that Bounty Hunters has housed so far. KS, I think KS is more on the calculative side of fighting game players, perhaps. And it'll be interesting to see how both of these players choose to tackle this one. I know that Maria got some practice from at least Solid Gotluis, and KS has been getting sparring from various Naga players from the Finn community. So both players are entering the fray today with decent amount of experience in the not so distant past.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves,
so here's a big question. What happens when you pit 2 white Wild Assault users against each other? So the name of the game for Nagoriyuki in this matchup should be the long distance of the pokes. The long disjointed pokes should be what sort of gives you an advantage at the neutral, but things have gotten really interesting, really weird, really different past couple of patches. So I have actually no idea how this matchup goes in the most current modern day version of Guilty Gear Strive. I guess we'll just let the players speak with their abilities to pilot these characters. Show me the matchup. Show me the money, Jerry. Show me the money. Oh, that's definitely one way to go past the defense drone. Activate Invus. Right, lots of meter here for KS, but how are we gonna use it? Jumps over the clone. But Maria has so much more blood from where that came from. But here we go, one chance character, one hit character, both of them. Well, that was a slightly awkward timing for the wall to stick. Saves himself by going into the PRC, but still, this is tough because Nagoriyuki's sword tends to deliver some amount of chip damage here and there. Starting it out with a white Wild Assault. Ooh, okay. What is that? What is that? What is that? 268 Behemoth on block. It's really hard to remember, like unless you're a Gotluis player, it's kind of hard to remember the frame data of all the behemoths. Oh, here we go. Maria still has a lot of blood to spend. Maria's like, okay, this is just the first match of the set, but already it kind of looks like Maria is starting it out very reserved. Like we're of course, we all know when she unleashes the beast and just goes in with the big commitment, big special moves. But I think against probably against a character like Goldluis, you have to play a little more patient, right? If you go in too hard, you open yourself up to perhaps mistakes like this. And now, if Goldluis gets to touch you, basically, it's funny, Goldluis' victory condition is to make you block anything close range. That's literally, he just needs that, and you're in for really bad time. I missed 2K. Swing with a 2S, and a good hit confirmed there from Maria. Right, 2K, the new improved 2K, 7-frame, long-reaching button, 2K from Goldluis. Missing on the round start, 5K of Maria's. The big haymaker, producing lots of plus frames. Yeah. Drift forward, fix the position. There we go. As literally the reason why Maria has been holding FD for most of those hits, not just to eliminate the chip damage, the massive amount of chip damage that guard-crushing moves do, but also in an attempt to desperately push Goldluis as far away as possible. It's only so many Behemoth Typhoons that Goldluis gets to perform if FD is combined with those blocks. That's why you see Goldluis players like using drift forward PRC from a lot of pressure hits. Oh my god, was that a miss input? That was a very input maneuver that Maria went for there. Still have YRC. That was literally all of Maria's resources for that defense. Nice deflect shield, able to push Maria away. We do have level 3 drone available. Maria makes the jump, crosses up, and no Twitch reaction, no anti-air for Chaos. I think I did read a couple of the chat logs from Zokis Nago as well as Chaos, and Zokis was saying something along the lines that Chaos did have some difficulties contesting the jumps of Nagoriyuki after putting the security drone on board. Yeah, there we go. Those are the things that we need. Be it a grounded anti-air or air-to-air, you can't let your opponent jump out, escape it for free. Because that's also like one of your ways to get into your win condition. There we go. Don't let them do anything. This is Goldluis, baby. There we go, once again with the party starter. I keep saying how, you know, it's so hard for Goldluis to get there, but Goldluis has surprisingly many different tools to basically get into this corner, or rather this pressure position. You have a security drone, you have your jump D, you have your wild assault. There's just so many different ways, especially in the current patch. Probably very good to go for a preemptive burst here as Maria, because she couldn't have taken any more Behemoth hits on block. Oh, and that's basically gonna guarantee that once that Wild Assault lands on block, Maria couldn't avoid the incoming Behemoths anymore. So Goldluis, or rather KS, enters the fray. 1-2 is on board. Landing those big counter hits. Speaking of counter hits, Beyblade from coast to coast. Nago still has the good convertibility that he's always had. This should work out. I think I saw the startup of 2K. Yes, indeed. 2K 2D, a sequence that is very reversible. There we go, and managed to finish up the combo as well.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Ooh, the patience, the stare down. And at the end of it, Goldluis, or rather KS, releases that new and improved 2K. And now, ooh, but the too heavy didn't reach. Otherwise, really nice. Was that actually a punish? Alright, we got the cash out. KS misses the combo, but doubles it up with jump D. Even better. And now hold on to this throw. Hold on to this thick throw. Man, I was not expecting that throw to come out there, and neither did Mari at that time. I found the frame trap. Gold burst. Losing all the burst resources, but at least the lucky thing in a bad situation for Chaos is that he didn't get punished initially. But now the DP much faster than whatever Behemoth Typhoon that Chaos was reaching for. Even though the downwards hurt box of the Nago DP was nerfed in the up-to-date patch, it is still quite the fast and quite the far-reaching, quite the damaging round start option still. Right, White Assault reaching the win con point, which Maria definitely wants to negate by using her blue burst. Nice check on the landing there. Ooh, predicting those jumps. Drifting into pressure. Ooh, still managed to convert it. And oh no, he didn't check Maria's blood. But at that point, you know, Maria would have probably had to hold FD for, would have had to hold FD for all of those bullets. So not the easiest situation to get out of, especially, uh-oh, look at that. Swings with the DP. Decently large damage. At the halfway point of her blood, trying to fix the situation with BSU. Another one tick throw. Case doesn't bite. And now the damage is gonna be massive if KS manages to get a nice backdash through the active frames of the big haymaker. You can actually do that on reaction if you're ready for it. Nice. Fixes the position. Fixes all the blood problems. Did she press a button? No, she didn't. And here comes the counter. Super. Out of there, sir. At 2K. Buttons to start it again. 2K, like, the improved 2K is such a big deal for Goatluis, especially since Goatluis didn't have a 7-frame Punisher before, so a lot of junk that other characters could punish just couldn't be punished properly by Goatluis, like in previous patches. So really happy for Goatluis players for that. Sets up the blood pop, but that's minus enough to get a 5-framer in. And now the chip damage will become an issue. Maria, though, is out of meter. And that was a checkmate. That's a guaranteed chip damage coming in. It's like putting the mask on during the most desperate of times. I'm like, mask on. Ah, shit. I don't have meter, do I? And the Behemoth Typhoon is going active. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Haymaker, blast frames, blast frames. Are we gonna get out of this? KS jumping over the 2S. But Maria, as soon as they got the hit, straight into the Beyblade, straight into pressure, but not being able to hold onto the pressure. Now the low level security drone, that wasn't, was that I think it was a level 2 security drone, right? Didn't have all the hits. Oh, nice, using the security drone once again as a bluff. And gets there before the drone hits. That's 6 heavy. Quite changed during one of the recent patches. On block, it is gonna be -2, but it pushes the opponent quite far away, sort of inducing a new round start-ish position. Very nice choice of combo here. Going in with the Thunderbird, or wait, which one? That's Skyfish. Yeah, that's Skyfish, right? Going with the Skyfish, multiple hits, all of those hits, as per usual, deals at least 1 point of damage, which is basically the guts kill version of your combo, as we call them in the industry. Finds the Behemoth. And drift forward, trying to negate Maria's FD. Look at all those Behemoths. When does it end? When does it end? It's a blessing if you're a character with a meterless DP. However, Nagoriyuki definitely not one of those. You absolutely need access to... Is she gonna pop? No, not quite. In fact, the blood pressure is going down from here on out. My turn? Again? Stay in there. But you're still pretty okay. Nice! Managed to convert it into BSU, fixing all those blood problems. He saw that white wild assault coming in from a mile away. Just back Fukyo into the other corner, send the clone, and that'll be that. Alright, white wild assault barely bouncing KS back into the corner. That was a surprisingly good combo there from a very unassuming like hit. Switch sides. There we go. The makeshift Yosan-zen. We call him the Fat Milia, the Fat Bike, and the... I don't know. The, whatchamacallit, the dear child has many different kind of names. Wild Assault solves the lack of real estate for just a couple of moments, but as soon as we got to the mid-screen, Maria just pushing KS back in there, ready to unleash the super as well. There's a lot of blood pressure. That's actually gonna be a kill, right? Yeah, even though we're talking about Goat Lewis here, one of the more damaging supers in the game, combined with the wall damage. Maria once again assuming the driver's seat here, 4-3, but again, same script, you already know. Extremely tight, back-to-back match here, and if the stars have shown us the way, this should be KS's game now after this. If they read the script, that is. Right, that's a lot of blood invested. That might be actually a pop. It doesn't matter. I don't even need for you to pop. In that sense, that was a pretty decent commitment for Maria, because like if you were to block any more hits from Goat Lewis, that would have probably been a checkmate by Chip. Right into, wow, found a jump out of there. Tackle them back into the corner with the Wild Assault, and now we are in a checkmate position. Massive blast frames from that Haymaker Behemoth, massive overhead, and able to sneak a little bit of a dash cancel in there as well. I think usually at super high level, the dash cancels are used for those Kara Behemoths, right? I wonder if, you know, I blinked and I missed, and I actually didn't see if that was potentially a miss on a Kara Behemoth there for KS. Nice combo. At the end, drops it, and KS gets an opportunity to strike back. But hey, what did I tell you? It's written in the stars. Or alternatively in their contracts. What in tarnation?
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Damn, 2K is surprisingly good. So that's, let me get this straight. It is 7-frame, but I'm pretty sure it's a 7-frame button. And if you have a 7-frame button that reaches at round start distance, that's a pretty decent button. Oh, there's a very wishful thinking on that Skyfish.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Alright, lots of blood being used, but also lots of blood coming back from that blood-sucking universe. Oh, nice read. The back jump D does the deed. Here we go with the jump heavy switch to the positions. This has been one of the, unfortunate wall break. Would have definitely liked to break it with a hard knockdown. So breaks, as rare as dodos, but okay, I like that, I like that. So, wait a second, how does that, so the Blood Rage pop, does the Blood Rage pop actually have invo frames? Or it was that, I think that was just, huh. That's a very interesting interaction, but my small brain and my inability to recall the boxes of those options. Wait, what is that? Maria is like doing Fukyo into deflect shield again. That's gotta be a misinput, right? Alright, back into it we go. Slash, slash, slash. RC, keep the pressure alive. That was a very, very unfortunate timing on the wide assault for Maria, and very nice YRC timing for KS. Being able to negate, you know, 50 of their burst meter that they wanted to use on a pressure reset by spending 50 tension. Yeah, I think every one of us is gonna take it. Nice timing on the jump! That was so precise! What is this Street Fighter? And gets the conversion. Nice! That was very deserved round win there for Maria. Skip it a hop into the close range. Haymaker plus frames, converts it into a tick throw. FD managed to push herself far enough away. But 6B is on point. This is so back and forth. Maria is taking quite a bit of extra damage due to having reached almost 2 bars of blood. Ooh, before the wild assault goes active, bar slash from Maria prevents it all. Both players almost ready to unleash wild assault if they so desire. Oh. The blue RC that was probably meant to be a YRC, slowing down Maria's frames, allowing KS to basically stop time and lock Maria in whatever that button was that she tried to unleash. Alright, deflect shield, but the 6 heavy from KS from downtown, predicting Maria stepping forward. Neutral jump, fishing for something, there we go, a neutral jump, jump D. Ooh, it's a big one! It's gonna go into another corner, especially since Maria has some block to spend as well. RC. Missed the 2 heavy, which did give KS an opportunity to take out the drone, but immediately as that happened, Maria unleashes the wild assault, input frames, goes through, and maintains her pressure position. Reset the pressure. Lots of blood coming in, but before any sort of pops or anything can happen, seals the deal, evens it out, 5 each once again. Well, well, well. If the history ain't repeating itself, well, well, well. Moving on to the championship rounds here. 2 wins to take it. Who's gonna get there first? Gold Lewis, KS, or rather KS Gold Lewis from Finland, or is it gonna be Maria from Norway? Once again, the tool of the trade. Dodge the level 3 security drone with white wild assault. I'm not even sure what you're supposed to do against that. I guess take steps forward, make the white wild assault whip, and then wait for them to basically go into recovery and get the punish. But it's so tricky because like when you set the security drone, whoa, hello, handshake, being basically even, I think, as all same color wild assaults will share the same frame data, and I dare say those might have been released on the same frame. Now Maria reaching for the BSU a little too early, misses the command craft, and now, oh boy, spends her last bits of meter as well. This is gonna be a toughie. Maria does have 50 tension to defend here, drifts back, using it, back into the pressure. But the positive bonus is building resources for KS as well. Oh, is that gonna cast it? Yes, indeed. Moving fast during that Hukyo, but as I understand, not really making you have any sort of inboost whatsoever, right? Maybe Naga players can dispute that. 1-2, DP, unleash the 2 heavy as well, get back into the corner, but Vlink, and you miss it. Gold Lewis in the air and starting to swing that jump D. And now switching positions with the coffin swings. Here we go, perhaps the last mix-up. There we go, KS arriving to the ever-important 6 points. Oh no, no, not so fast. Help, send help. Not like this. Basically in the same point as previously, both players almost knocking on the heaven's doors. It would be a real shame if we missed a really good match here. But I think Maria actually got it. So we should be able to just sandbag and get them back into the lobby and go from there. So no value was missed that day. All right, KS needs 1. Maria needs 2. I'm so thoroughly amazed how well KS has been able to sort of still spin this in his favor, despite almost every single one of the security drones being countered by Maria one way or another. It has been either the wild assault through, or jump, or some other means. It's basically only the security drones on like full Oki situations where KS has been able to get some value out of them. Which is still, you know, decent value in itself. But generally when we're talking about the security drone, I think the optimal scenario that all Goat Lewis players are hoping for, unless you're playing against a character who can just sort of extend their disjoints through the drone and kind of tag you, which arguably Nagoriyuki is one of those characters. So you can technically swing 5 heavy through the drone, especially on high blood, but generally you are hoping to get on the close range pressure when you unleash that ever so important and scarce resource that is that security gate level 3. My Haymaker connects once again. Maria is trying to use that FD. Push this guy away. Get this guy off of me. Ah! Help! Mom! Help! Just didn't get out of there.
Duel 2.
Such is the fate when Goat Boys has the resources, but you don't. And KS on set point, first one of this set. Now super important for Maria to not get contained in the corner. There we go. It's basically the couple of last seconds might have been what makes or breaks this matchup. Now through the wall, super hard knockdown. Blood flowing back, everything looking good for Maria. Starting from this point. KS does have quite a bit of resources. Many different ways of playing this. Waiting for perhaps their opportunity to take out the drone, but Maria sort of giving KS an inch and then on a moment's notice pouncing forward just in case that they wanted to take out the minigun or the security drone. It's always like a very delicate dance against characters who have these full screen reaching moves. Are they gonna be able to react? Are they gonna be in position to check my security drone or not? Do I have the frames to take it out or not? Jump D going over once again. YRC is hard-coded. Do not reach from that distance. So all that meter is gonna be lost forever in time. But now Maria baits whatever they were trying to bait from KS that time. My ever so important hit. KS not ready to give away that real estate, and it's gonna be the wild assault combo is gonna be enough. KS at the very end, the spurt of momentum, the spurt of momentum, able to build the 2 games since that 5 game each, and coming out of this victorious. Damn. It was definitely a showcase of white wild assault utilized back and forth. It was, you know, I think it was, for the most part, utilized extremely well by Maria. Defensively, surprisingly defensively, like going through a lot of those security drones. But then at the very end, also, KS put on board the display showcase. How should this behemoth of a tool, this beast of a tool, how should this be utilized? How do we derive value? How do we win rounds with this one? Another extremely great set, and we have one more to go for the road. Entering the fray on a very, very, very short notice, Epic Gamer and CyberneticAnt. And let me go back and check. Was asking which flag CyberneticAnt wants to rock, and I think it was Netherlands, right? God, there's been so much chatter during this event. I think it was, yeah, it was the Netherlands. All right. Good memory, good memory. Axel versus Faust. Gee whiz. Have I ever even seen this matchup before? Both of these characters, relatively rare specimen when it comes to character choices in Guilty Gear Strive, especially in European region. But the sort of pace of the match is gonna be interesting. As Axel, you can't give Faust full screen position, right? Because full screen Rensen doesn't reach in Strive, which means you give an opportunity for Faust to take out items. And the items are the ones that are gonna disrupt your sort of normal Axel flow. But then on the other hand, at spacings where you're generally used to being able to take out items as Faust, those sort of ranges are gonna be sealed out by Axel's massive reach, right?
Mankind
So
knew that they cannot change society. So instead of
it's gonna be interesting how this is gonna be played in the end.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Epic Gamer from Israel, CyberneticAnt. Mind you, for the first time on Bounty Hunters, so on their debut match. Let's have a good one. One more for the road. Ooh, what a cross-up. Coming down with the mix. Damn, two characters who spin for win. Now, since Axel also has access to that, what's it called? Whistling Winds? AKA the Tornado. A very multifunctional tool. Not just a combo tool, but also an anti-air tool, can prevent instant air dashes, which are fairly common against Axel. Not to mention, you know, any other functions that tool might have that I'm just not completely conscious of yet, because, you know, it's very early to this season since Axel and Potemkin got their new moves. And there's only so little footage of Axel gameplay that I've seen so far. And I think it's mostly, almost all of it, mostly coming from Epic Gamer as well, being one of the more active regular players on Bounty Hunters as of recent. Again, mixing it, but this time Epic Gamer is able to block to the right side. Jump slash nail, a little bit of a 1-2 combo. Nice, give away a little bit of moment, or a little bit of real estate. Back off with the jump slash. Jump slash, one of the building blocks of Axel low zoning in Guilty Gear Strive. First one goes to Epic Gamer. CyberneticAnt has struggled a little bit to get their footing here as far as offensive positions go. I say that and immediately gets an opportunity. However, a really nice wake-up 6B from Epic Gamer. 6B is to a certain extent the bane of, you know, Faust players, because a lot of their best buttons, while a lot of their furthest reaching buttons are kinda prone to being low profile. So universally 6Bable. And especially if you got something that you can cancel into from that 6B, and I think Axel can connect. Can Axel connect Rensen after 6B, by the way? Wait, by definition, can you even do that? Because Rensen is a charge move? Hello? Ooh, got the moves! It's a very common round start option from Axel players. Jump back into either jump slash or then just perform the, what's it called? Rainwater. Bomb exploding behind Epic Gamer, the 6 heavy, the net flip, the classic net play, unpluckable. There we go. Rensen sweeping the bomb back, deleting all the projectiles on in its wake. Here we go with the mix-up. Oh, gets a nice F-shiki. However, not the cleanest of conversions. The really flowy air dash there. Good read from CyberneticAnt, forcing Epic Gamer to unleash that RC to save themselves. But again, the 6 heavy from half screen away prevents the jump going active. 1 each. Not just a very slow, but you know, somehow very hard to block overhead.
That they cannot change society.
Has applications for reaching super far distances, preventing players from jumping away, especially from corner positions. And once again, Epic Gamer chooses to sort of whiff the burst to get out of the fishing pole, which is one of the options. You can definitely choose the burst if you want. Nice. Good reactions so far, and very active jump-in game from CyberneticAnt. But it's like a double-edged sword, the movement options of the Doctor. The movement on the ground, of course, he has his unique crawling, but then the same in the air as well. Faust's air dash is so floaty that it can call out certain options really well, but you know, stuff that requires you to air dash in really fast might be a little harder for Faust to punish compared to some of the faster air dashers in the game, such as, like, I guess Testament comes to mind. And a decisive Rensen from other side of the screen. So we said earlier that Axel can't really give Faust like complete full screen, but a lot of the time you are not in a position where you have a complete full screen position either. Or am I actually wrong? Does the Strive Rensen just reach no matter where you are? Or am I just, you know, full of shit and remembering exit things again? Yeah, in fact, it's a special kind of a tournament that we're running here. This is, instead of the usual double elimination brackets, we are currently running an FT7, which is first to 7. We basically have a predetermined matchmaking, or rather, we have match-made pairs of players ahead of time in order to make as even matches as possible, and every pair plays one FT7 matchup during an event. Instead of it's a very different kind of event compared to double elimination bracket action, where sometimes, you know, weaker players could get knocked down 0-2 and not get to do a lot. But in this kind of format, even if you're not the toughest mother hopper on the block, you still get to play your up to
So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame
up to 13 games? Math? Math? Hello? Yeah, 13. Yeah, 13. Up to 13 games, depending on your performance. But yeah, we do this every week, so if you are looking to join something like this, next Sunday is always an option. But back to the match. CyberneticAnt managed to evening out 2-2 here. Bump back from very far. Ooh, baiting that instant air dash and then transitioning into the mix, giving a little bit of uplift on that momentum or that trajectory of the good doctors. Falling under that far slash initially. There's a very distinct lack of items again. But it's not because, like, it's of course something that CyberneticAnt would love to do, but something that is very difficult to do against a far-range zoner such as Axel Low. Every item that you potentially take out would be a risk, and it's not guaranteed that that item's gonna get you any value either. It could be like a completely useless item as well. Kind of looks like Rensen does reach full screen. Maybe I'm actually a jester and I don't know anything. Old habits die hard. Right, Epic Gamer grasping the lead again here, 3-2. Once again, the burst plan for Epic Gamer seems to be, if the fishing pole lands, we are gonna burst that. There we go. As soon as CyberneticAnt gets some decent items that, ooh, that's gonna land. But a big question, is that gonna reach the wall? I think not, right, from that distance. That super was launched from basically half screen. Yeah, it is gonna take Epic Gamer into the corner. A little bit of a bombo into the hammer. But unfortunately, the hammers have a really massive amount of combo scaling, or either gravity scaling on Guilty Gear Strive, so they generally don't provide the biggest of combos in this game. Nice, get the punish. Vacuuming CyberneticAnt onto the other side as well. Snail from that distance, a little hard to punish. Even though it's quite minus. R slash into Red Wild Assault. Juji do not take that combo, but instead, back off to the zoning distance. Gonna fully charge Whistling Wind, preventing CyberneticAnt from doing stuff for a little while. I do know that if you do charge that Whistling Wind, it is very vulnerable against disjointed stuff. I know for certain that Sin can sort of beak drive it through, as per the old times. So this is gonna whip. Epic Gamer can choose the RC, does so. CyberneticAnt gotta bump back up there, but not able to keep on pressing the momentum after that. Epic Gamer, the Duke came lead again, 4-2. God, I wish I had water here. Ran out a long time ago. This time a little late on the punish. I believe the backwards teleporting Scarecrow should, for the most part, unless it hits in a really weird way, should be punishable. Nice snipe out of the air. Of course, the approach on Axel Low will usually rely, because Axel Low is so good at sealing out the air. Oh, that was so brilliant! The teleport, probably on reaction after... Wait, was that on reaction? That can't have been on reaction, right? It was just a super good read. Unless... Oh, active. I think that was the active frame of the hammer. It's like a very rare occasion that CyberneticAnt gets to take out the items, but when he does, and when he gets especially the active items, such as, the hammers, the little guys, anything that stays on screen and prevents Axel from extending his pokes into them. That's generally gonna be massive value for Faust players. Not able to react this time, and this is gonna go into the One Vision combo, missing it. Uh-oh. We still have a pretty decent life lead, even after missing that, so no worries. Yeah, it's actually first to 7, not best of 7, if that's what you were thinking. So there's gonna be a lot of time to adjust to what your opponent is doing. Very different from any kind of tournament matches where you have to sort of bring your A game right off the bat and adjust extremely fast. Ooh, the meaty command grab. Unanswered once again. Again! Whoa! That's so consistent. I think it's just the ability for CyberneticAnt to read the patterns of Epic Gamer. Probably they, for all I know, they might be friends and have played against each other in the past. Who knows? My knowledge of CyberneticAnt's fighting game lore at the moment is quite limited. For this matchup was on an extremely short notice. But yeah, for all I know, they might have a little bit of a grasp on each other's habits. What an anti-air fight heavy. Oh, good choice for the occasion, 6K. What 5P lacks in the ability to sort of call out jump-ins coming from a higher angle, 6K is a very good counterpart for those. Especially if somebody tries to stay far away and sort of like in a dead zone of your usual air button. 6K tends to cover that angle, that diagonal. What is it? Is it like a 45 degree angle towards the diagonally towards the top? Oh, it's a little bit of a self-explosion there. The game of hot potato, this time won by Epic Gamer. It was nice reaction, saving themselves, but also tried to press a button there. Picked up the horn, has the afro as well. Yes, there's so many items that you have to go through. Unfortunate though for CyberneticAnt that mix hit very awkwardly, producing basically no plus frames whatsoever. In fact, was extremely minus and punishable there. And Epic Gamer moves on to gaming point. 6 points on the gamer's account. Now let's see what CyberneticAnt can do here. Try to remedy this situation. Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about. Wanted to take a couple of items, but between Rensen, too heavy, the command crab, and who knows what else that can reach, like half screen to full screen, preventing Cybernetic. Oh, okay, damn, didn't quite get the punish, and as a result, Epic Gamer pulling out the 2K punish on that Scarecrow teleport. Punish this time, yes indeed. Gets an item, not a very useful one. Banana peel tends to not do much. Here's some full bananas. Tried to combo into the mix, but lost it. Tragedy strikes CyberneticAnt as Epic Gamer moves on to the set point. This could be the last one. Starts it very strong with the rainwater. Again with the mix. Tries to make it as awkward to block as possible, but I think that was a fairly simple block from the front that time around. Air dash into pressure. A small gap between the fishing poles, or landing the hit. Here we go, lots of items. Did we get any good ones? We got the little guy and has to respect their own bomb. Wait! He lit his own afro on fire? That's probably the first time I see that happening. That's kind of a cool interaction. Guilty Gear, a game franchise that never stops amazing us. 2D a little too slow there. First baited by Epic Gamer. Both gamers. No access to the burst resources for the given time. Full meter for Epic Gamer. It's gonna be a punish though, unless Epic Gamer misses the timing. CyberneticAnt still has a chance. So lots of different things that Epic Gamer could do here. Combos into one vision. Is that gonna be enough though? One more hit. Lands it 2S, misses the finisher, but back air dash, jump slash, the old faithful. What a better way to seal the deal than reach for the tool that gives away a little bit of real estate but keeps you the most safe. A tool that is almost nigh impossible to approach. And so it goes. Epic Gamer comes out victorious out of this set, 7-2. It's like the only set of the week that didn't go basically down to the wire. Some variation at least. All right, that'll be 6 matches, and that'll be basically all that we had for this week. And since we had a couple of first-time viewers who were potentially interested in joining our fair little event here, let's give you a little bit of an info splash. So we do this every Sunday. This is event number 130, which means we've missed. Is it 4? We've missed 4 or I think we've missed 4 events or 5 events throughout the lifespan of Guilty Gear Strive. So for 2.5 years. So you can expect there to be an event every Sunday, 5 p.m. CET. That would be Central European time. Basically open to all skill levels as well as, all regions. Just a small warning, we are originally a European-based event, so we of course have the most participants from the European region. So if you're trying to participate from North America or South America or Asia or Africa, there are smaller chances to get a match depending on if we can get people who are situated as close to you as possible. We've played a lot of East Coast NA to West Coast Europe matches, and they tend to work out quite well. But if you are from a very exotic region, it's always a backup plan to bring your friend who you have a good connection with if you want to play an exhibition match. That said, you can join my Discord, which would be the easiest place to get the sign-up forms, as well as get informed about all the going-ons of the matchmaking and all that. But that said, we should be done for the week. Let's see if there are any Guilty Gear Strive streamers on Twitch active at the moment that we could raid potentially. Duck has their German weeklies going on. I don't recognize any other names, so you know what? We are gonna raid them. The German-based weekly events, very like not unlike Bounty Hunters. So I believe they're FT7 exhibition as well. And I think they're available to sign up for a lot of not just German-speaking regions, but as long as you. Well, I actually shouldn't speak for them. Anyway, let's do this thing. We'll see you again next week, and for now, stay safe. Keep playing the gears. Any of the 3 is good. The modern, the classic, or the ancient, Plus R, Exard, Strive. All of them, very good. Guilty Gear good. See you next week. Till then, bye-bye.